Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. My name is Todd Champion. This is Campin with Champion, and today I'm reviewing the TST R002 e-bike. The very first e-bike that a company ever sent me was the TST Carrier cargo bike, and I love that thing. Anytime I'm going to the store or dumpster diving, that's the one I bring with me because it has a huge carrying rack. So when they reached out to me again to review this R002 e-bike, I jumped on the chance. Not only because I know that the company is good and make quality products, but the price on this one is crazy right now. We'll get into the specs and everything else about this bike in just a minute, but first I'm going to show a quick video of me putting it together, and then we'll go over all the cool specs and features of this moped style bike. Also, I apologize ahead of time about my voice. I've been a little sick lately and my voice is just now starting to come back, but it's not all the way there yet. Alrighty, I've got it out of the box. Now I just got to get all this foam and zip ties off of it and we can get it put together. The box just fell over. It did come very well packaged. I actually struggled to get it out because the foam had it in there so tightly. But yeah, let's get this stuff off. Then we'll throw the front wheel on there and take this thing for a ride. Turns out I put the handlebars on backwards, so I gotta take those off. Last thing we got to do is put the seat on. So I've already done a review for one moped style e-bike, and I really love that bike. It looks super cool, so does this one, but there's going to be some huge differences between those two, and that's one of the big reasons I wanted to do this review, is because this could be a better option if you want one of these motorcycle moped style e-bikes and you don't have a lot of money. This could be a much better option because this one is way cheaper. I mean, like more than half the price cheaper. But let's go over the specs and everything, and then we'll take it for a ride. So we have hydraulic disc brakes on the front and the rear. A lot of bikes don't have hydraulic brakes, it's just usually electric. And then of course we have 20-inch by 4-inch fat tires. You can take this thing on-road, off-road, wherever you need to go. It has one rear 1500 watt peak motor with 90 meters of torque. This thing has a lot of torque. If you just hit the throttle wide open, you're gonna be popping a wheelie. Honestly, it has so much torque that you do need to be a little bit careful, because I was popping a wheelie just now just to show you guys, and I went up too high and I actually scraped the back of the bar. So yeah, be careful with that. The TST website says this has a top speed of up to 32 miles per hour, but the fastest I've been able to get it to go is about 28 miles per hour, but I do weigh about 190 pounds. So if you're smaller than that, you probably could get it to go a bit faster. Also, when you first get the bike, it will only do about 20 miles an hour. There's an app that you download and you can go into the app and unlock the bike, and that's gonna make it reach its full potential. And that's what I did immediately. The battery is 48 volts and 15 amp hours. It takes about 5 hours to charge this thing all the way from empty to 100%. They say that you can get up to about 65 miles of range on that, but realistically, and especially the way I ride it, I bet you I get probably maybe 30 to 40 miles range, which is still a lot. Because when I mean the way I ride it, I mean wide open, no pedaling, just throttle like it's a motorcycle. On top of the battery, you have a meter up here so you can check it, and we are fully charged. When you get down to probably the yellow, I'd start heading home. We have a nice big headlight up front, and I really like the way this headlight looks. It looks really cool. They really did a good job making it look like a motorcycle type headlight, and I really love the way this headlight is fixed to the bike. A lot of times your headlight is going to be mounted like right here, and it's so annoying, but on this headlight it's mounted with these brackets on each side, so you can move this headlight up and down your poles, and you can adjust it like that too. So you can really find that sweet spot. And then on the back, we have our brake light. Put that brake light on and it's gonna start blinking. I really like this banana seat so far. It has been very comfortable. I haven't ridden this thing for like hours on end or anything yet to give it like a full test to see how it feels after a very long ride. But so far it feels great. I mean, right out of the box. And a lot of times these seats need to be broken in, but not this one. It felt pretty good immediately. Fenders over your tires, they're just plastic fenders, which is fine with me. On my other moped style e-bike, it does have metal fenders, but that's cool, but it also makes it kind of rattle sometimes, and also it adds to the weight. Speaking of weight, this thing weighs 70 pounds. And that is one of the huge differences between this bike and the other moped style bike I have. The other moped style bike I have weighs almost 140 pounds. This thing is like a feather compared to that. I'm about 5'11", and TST says that you can ride this bike as long as you're anywhere from 5'2" all the way up to 6'4", and it can hold up to 450 pounds. So you could, with this banana seat, you could definitely get another rider on here. If you had a kid or something like that, a small kid, you could get them on here and take them for rides on this thing. It should carry you no problem. Even if you have a large child, you can get on the front and then they can drive you around. Yeah. All right, take me back. Oh. It has a rear rack with some holes here, so I guess that way you can mount some things to here if you wanted to. It has a 7-speed Shimano gear shifter, LCD color display. You have your power button, turn it on and off, or you can hit this and it'll give you different info about your ride. This is how you shift the pedal assist, down or up, and then you hold that down to turn on your headlight. Here is your LCD display, all your basic information, plus there's an app as well that you can download. It gives you the same information and a little bit more like ride time and things like that. Here's your Shimano derailleur and just your basic pedals. I think they're plastic. Here is the rear shock. I'm gonna try and find some jumps or something and test that out too. And then you have your suspension on your front end as well. I'm pretty sure I went over just about all the specs on the bike, and now comes the fun part. Let's take this thing for a ride. I am back behind a shopping plaza where I like to go and look in the dumpsters for treasures. And we're gonna do a speed test on this bike, see how fast I can get it going, and then we'll do a brake test as well. 4, 6. Yeah, so 28. That's about as fast as I can get it to go with me on here. All right, let's do a brake test now. We're gonna build some speed up and we're just gonna slam both the brakes on. 15, 16, 17. Woo! Okay, that was about 18 miles an hour to a dead stop. And I mean, maybe 10 feet. Like, that was nice. Might be one of the quickest stops we've came to. But I do believe the last brake test we did was at 30 miles per hour. So either way, the brakes work really well. So long-time watchers of the channel will know that I camped back here right behind these 2 shipping containers. I hung a hammock between the trees back here, and guess what, guys? Someone has a hammock back there right now. I think that's a hammock. It may just be a tarp. I really want to go check it out, but I don't want to disturb anyone. If it is a good spot though. I'm going to find a dark spot in the woods over here and show you how well the headlight works. I don't know if you can tell how dark it is. It actually looks like it's brighter on camera than it is in real life, but I found a pretty dark spot. I'm going to turn on the headlight so we can see. 3, 2, 1. There it is. That's pretty good. I would say the end of this path is about probably 30 feet, so this headlight really shoots out a pretty good distance. And like I said, it's very easy to adjust it up or down, and then you can also slide the brackets up and down the mounting pole. It is dark and it's getting cold, so we need to be headed home. So I'm gonna wrap this up. This is probably the best moped style bike you can get for $699. That's insanely cheap for this thing. They're on sale. I think their Black Friday sale is $799, but if you use my code Champion, you'll get another $100 off, so it makes it $699, free shipping. I think it's crazy that you can have pretty much a moped and you don't need any license or anything like that to drive it. So, and because you can control the speed in the app, you can set this thing down to 20 miles per hour. I do think it would be a really cool Christmas gift for your kids or grandchildren, as long as they're responsible and you trust them enough to ride an e-bike in general. But compared to my other moped style e-bike that I have, I want to say that one was like $1,600. So for less than half the price, you can get a very, very similar e-bike for the money. For $699, you can't beat this. All right, guys, that's going to do it for me. We're going to head home, and I will see y'all Friday for a stealth camp. Bye, everybody. Thank you so much for watching.